Hello, and welcome to the Libri Labra Book Club. For the month of October, we read The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. And before we kind of jump into that, just wanted to let you guys know if you ever want to join us on camera and get a few other perks, you can do that by becoming a book club VIP member at patreon.com/LibriLabra. And sometimes you'll see behind the scenes stuff. You'll get to be part of a chat where we talk about some of the media we're consuming. And you also get to be in a rotation where you help us pick what we are reading for the year. So we're going to kind of go into initial thoughts, and then we will jump into spoiler territory. So if you haven't read this, go do that. Come back. This video will live on for as long as I guess YouTube does. So Tom, you were the one that nominated this. So tell us a little bit about.
Yeah, but you guys are the ones who
who picked it. Yeah, we did.
So it's on you now. No, I'm kidding.
That's funny.
No, I was given to understand that this had a very fall sort of feel to the thing, and it's dark academia and such. I said, well, I'll throw it on the list and see what happens. And
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like, I'm always hearing about this book as the start of dark academia, as
was it like a
toe in the water? Subgenre or a toe in the water? Well, no, I feel like just people talk about this book like her kind of kicking things off, and then lots of dark academia books coming after it. Almost in the way where Fourth Wing kicked off Romantasy. But that's how I usually hear it talked about. And also it's always getting compared to If We Were Villains, which is a book that we read for book club. And I do see the similarities. But it tends to be if you liked The Secret History, you didn't like If We Were Villains, and vice versa a lot of times. But when Tom picked this, I was like, oh, I'm always hearing about this. Dark academia is cool. I liked If We Were Villains. So I was excited about reading this. What made you pick it?
I don't remember if I don't remember if I compared to the other books.
Anyway, well, we had a majority by then, so we didn't really have a selection. But yeah, no kidding.
Initial thoughts.
I didn't know what I was reading going into it, so I just dove in with no idea.
Okay. How about you, Tom?
When you told me dark academia, and I didn't even know what that meant.
Okay.
Much like you, Desiree, I knew it was famous or infamous, depending on
how you look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, how you look at it. And I already had it in my collection, and I could see it was seasonal, so we'll give it a shot, and we did. So here we are.
So before reading this, dark academia felt more like a vibe, if that makes any sense. Whereas I feel like reading this gave me a greater sense of what dark academia means.
Oh, do tell.
Just to me, originally, it was dark academia was villains on a campus, there's school involved, but this felt more academic to me than If We Were Villains, even though they were very Shakespearean.
Mm-hmm.
This just felt really, really academic, and then I was like, oh, that's what dark academia means. It's just
they're learning too much.
I don't know if I would say too much, but because so much of it was mythology and Greek and language, I don't know, that was kind of fascinating.
So the magicians could be considered dark academia. Just not that dark?
No, I don't know. The Magicians was pretty dark, but I don't know how but that was college, but how much were they learning from a classical sense? I didn't read The Magicians. I just watched the TV show, so I don't know, but maybe. Anyway, I can see how this would have kicked things kick things off. And then I have some complaints, but I don't know if I want to complain about them in the initial thoughts. So.
Yeah, those came afterwards.
Well, it seems to me like it's a matter of perspective. Because what's to say, oh, Harry Potter, isn't that dark academia too? But I think the difference
dark
is
academia light. That's dark academia light.
Light.
Well, no, I think it's more along the lines of, in dark academia, it's the students doing the naughty things as opposed to reacting to the naughty things being done by someone else.
Okay.
I guess why I wouldn't consider Harry Potter dark academia is because there's not like that learning component, like that real world learning component.
If we were watching Tom Riddle, that would be dark academia.
Yes, because he's doing the evil. Yes,
yeah.
And somebody else is doing it. Yes, then it's fantasy. But if it's them doing the evil, apparently it's dark academia in school. That is.
I do get what both of you are saying, and I'm struggling to express what I'm trying to say.
So the idea of being in an academic setting and learning something you're not supposed to be learning, or something a little too dark or sinister happens in, I don't know. It's
like,
I don't think we have to trope
know.
everything.
I don't know. Like, I'm not into Shakespeare. So when we read If We Were Villains, it was just so heavily embedded in there that had I known more about Shakespeare, I feel like I mean, I can't give it more than 5 stars, but like, I think
you would have appreciated
it would have been a different experience. So like Babel is dark academia, like all the stuff with the languages was like super fascinating, but I don't know, it's like more real world learning, like things that actually exist.
Rituals
like people study like mythology all the time, and like so much of our movies, our books, our stories, like everything. Yeah. So like, I don't know, all that was really fascinating.
I think so too. I just wish I had the brain to hold all that info. Like, I would want to learn more about that stuff too, 100%. But I just know that my ADHD with it, like, I'll use a piece of that.
I didn't. Well, I don't know if this is like. We could probably just jump into spoiler territory at this point.
I think we might have already by mistake.
I did not highlight much, but there was like one passage that I thought was pretty awesome, where it says the value of Greek prose composition, he said, was not that it gave one any particular facility in the language that could not be gained as easily by other methods, but that if done properly, off the top of one's head, it taught one to think in Greek. One's thought patterns become different, he said, when forced into the confines of a rigid and unfamiliar tongue. Certain common ideas become inexpressible. Other previously undreamt of ones spring to life, finding miraculous new articulation. By necessity, I suppose it's difficult for me to explain in English exactly what I mean. And then like it kind of continues. But I have just
only
like
a polyglot would understand.
As someone who speaks more than one language, that feeling, like that description so encapsulates the feeling of like there's just certain things that exist in Spanish that I will never be able to translate the feeling of. Like, I can tell you the words, but like the feeling
is deeper than the words actually incur.
And that has always stressed me out.
Well, that's a cultural thing too. So I mean, you grow up knowing that meaning versus someone else who just comes across it and then reads it in a book and be like, oh, that's okay, this is what that means, but it's not translated accurately.
Yeah, and I think like humor is the biggest one, that there's just like things that just will not be funny. You can translate it, but like in English it's just like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But like in Spanish it's hilarious. And I don't know, it's just an interesting feeling to have, especially when you can't share that with someone. They either have to know it or they don't. Like,
I think there's also a direct distinction to be made between a person who in their head thinks in English and then translates that into whatever language it is.
Whatever language, yeah.
As opposed to what you said, just thinking in that language, it's different. Yeah, that's what you're trying. That's what you're trying for.
Another reason behind that, though, is that English actually has we think it's all backwards, but English has a backwards way of describing things, or we put everything in front, and there's so many other languages that will give you the description, and whatever afterwards, like the order of yeah, it's all different. It's not.
I to the store I'm going.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or this is a red book. What is it? Libro el rojo? Libro rojo?
Mm-hmm. But Tom, I will let you lead to this.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, wow.
Well, for being a dark academia book, there doesn't really seem to be a lot of academics in it. It's like what the hell is this, Animal House? God forbid they go to class.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they described at the beginning that when he brings students into his classrooms, or it's a completely different setting. They don't even do anything. There's no exam. He just makes sure that you. But I was just like, dude, no university would ever allow this guy to do stuff like that. But okay, go ahead.
Well, if he's giving money to a university, yeah, they certainly would.
Oh, if he's the one.
If he's donating to university, yes, they would.
That one eccentric professor that
yes,
everybody's
that's what he is. Yeah. He doesn't need the money, obviously. So yeah. But no, it's like okay at the beginning, they do go to maybe a couple classes, but then like for most of the book, it's like we don't see the professor until the very end.
Yeah,
it's like I was quite disappointed.
They really weren't that worried about class.
Yeah, and that's the thing. How is this academia other than they're standing on a campus? And
I mean, like the event that leads them to whatever we're dealing with. The start of it is one of those dark ritual things. So,
except it's freaking accidental.
I was saying that the academic part for me was like in their thinking and the concepts that come up and the comparisons they make.
Okay.
So like I don't know, I didn't really mind or care about the fact that they weren't like in class, like physically, like they weren't.
Oh. They were having their class discussions everywhere else.
Yeah, you have to assume that because but it's like from what we're presented in the book, it seems like they never go. And he doesn't seem to care. It's like
they were having their classes every 2 or 3 nights.
Yeah,
at this dude's house for dinner. That's what they were doing.
Okay. No, I thought they had them in the Lyceum because they always had to. Every time they are shown in the class, it's like in the morning. So, but that's the thing. See, the way I thought this was going to go is, because the way he did, and the way she introduced the professor was great. I was like, okay, he's going to be super creepy. He's going to tell them to do something awful. But no, he doesn't. They're doing something awful, and then somebody taps the what the hell is his name? I can't think of his name now. The big guy. He turns around and hits him so hard that he breaks his neck. What the hell is that?
Are you talking about Bunny?
No, Henry.
Henry, thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, the farmer that starts this whole thing off.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think it would be more satisfying to me as a reader. Say, oh, you go out and kill somebody. See how that feels with your animalistic urges. That I could understand. But this is just like, oops, sorry.
Yeah, that was an interesting way to have it happen.
Yeah.
But that didn't even feel like the meaningful death though.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it was like,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Damn.
not
Well,
that the farmer's life wasn't worth something,
we
because it
spent
was,
so
but
No,
I'm
much
it's
saying,
time on the other
it's
guy.
sensitive narrative. Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. Like it just kicks off then like all the stuff that like happens,
Mhm.
like all the fear and all the discomfort and the, you know, being worried about being turned in by Bunny, and then that leads to like a premeditated,
Yeah.
so
and
like
she tells you that like in the toward the beginning of the book. Yeah, and then like once you find out that the farmer said, well, it's pretty obvious who's going to be next.
right.
There's just a question why he wasn't included in the first place, which was mildly interesting. But apart from that,
I don't think they knew that he was going to be a problem until it slowly crept up. Like it's like,
his whole character indicates that he would tell.
yeah. I honestly,
You know, how could you not?
I think he's a representation of something specific.
Mm-hmm.
Because he always asked specific questions, wanting to know information for himself, but it was always turned around like, why are you asking that question?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, also too, it's like, you know, his character is built to annoy the other characters, and he knows exactly how to push the buttons.
Well, he annoys the reader too.
Yes, I know. I was there. I read all the 500 pages of it.
No, I also would have to say I was really annoyed by Donna's voice of him as well, to be honest. Did you did you listen to it?
Always, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I very much disliked the audiobook.
And
I don't ever say that, and I kind of agree.
Okay, this is a very minor point, which I kind of got over, but it's like when I'm listening to it, it's like a trace of a southern accent. Sure enough, I was like, well, if these guys are from like California, okay, maybe Texas, but you know, if they're all from New England, no, I don't get that. So,
does it? I don't know if I missed it, but does it say what year this was? Like, I had a hard time placing it in time.
That's a great question.
Yeah, I don't know.
What year did it come out?
In the 90s, like you said. But
Okay.
she wrote it in the 80s. It took her like 10 years, I think.
Damn. So I would say it's probably got an 80s feel to it. Like all of those 80s high school, like 80s college
I mean, that's not the
shows
feel
and-
I got at all, especially the way she was narrating.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
and then
you're
like
right.
the dark academia, and then the rich college
Dark-
kids. Like,
So Dark Academia, is you saying this actually started that genre?
that's what I was originally saying.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I was like, let's just say Dark Academia feels more 90s. So
It. I don't know why. Maybe it was like the wealth and the Hamdens, or like whatever it was. There was just something about the story that had me thinking like Great Gatsby. But then they make references to Great Gatsby,
Right.
and like more recent things. So I was like, wait, when is this happening? Like, so I just had a really, really hard time kind of placing it in time. But in regards to like my complaints about the audiobook, one, I don't think there was enough distinguishing voice between all of the characters. And she doesn't read any of the chapter titles, so I didn't ever know when we were starting a new chapter unless I had like the ebook open, which wasn't like all the time. I tried as often as possible, but it wasn't all the time. So that was kind of frustrating to not know when a new chapter was starting or what chapter I was on.
when shit changed.
You don't
Right.
know when the character changes. Like, could be Richard, could be Henry. Like,
I think you're actually from Richard's perspective the majority of the time. You actually do get some information from, like, almost like a third party, like looking into a scene from other situations. But
I thought there were chapters that were like from Henry's perspective. Is that not the case, Tom?
I don't recall that being the case, though.
Oh, well, then I was really losing track of what was going on, because I swear there was like some Henry chapters in there.
because I thought part of the thing was, according to Richard, Henry was always very opaque about his motives and such. And
Yeah.
you really couldn't tell. Um, why didn't he turn Richard in? That's what everybody's expecting. Or why did he include him in this thing? So.
Unless you're right that it just completely changes perspectives and like is more omniscient.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
looking
kind of
at-
how I. That's
I'm
kind of
gonna
how
have to go back and look at some of the
How I got
chapters
from I felt about.
because I was like, oh, we're Henry now. Like, especially when it goes from part 1 to part 2. I swore that when it started part 2, it was talking from.
And you could be right.
Yeah, you could be. I just don't. Yeah.
I don't recall that being the case. Because to me, Richard seemed more like a proxy for the reader. He's just like an empty space to put the facts into. So, which makes him not very interesting to me. So.
Yeah.
So he's like a Bungie main character.
That's a particular reference. What, like Master Chief?
Dude, as you go through as the rookie and ODST, everybody
Yeah.
talks at you. You get the story just from being.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. And yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The main character with no voice, really.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. Okay, I can buy that.
Well, we've just discussed how I felt about Richard. How about the other? And we didn't like Bunny. Bunny was annoying as hell. But like,
Well, he was designed not to be like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, who names Edmund Bunny? Like, is that an actual thing? Is that a real thing? Do we call it? Because I feel like kids would grow up hating that.
kids, I feel like a grown man being called Bunny, like. You know what? It was the names too that I was like, this feels really old fashioned.
Yeah, they were old names.
The names made me
Edmund,
feel like that's why I was
Camilla,
just like,
Camilla, yeah.
where are we?
Charles,
I mean, unless that was just
Francis,
like, an example of wealth names like that.
maybe, possibly,
you know,
probably.
where we have the seconds and the thirds and the
Mm-hmm.
Second breakfasts and yes.
But what did you think about Henry as a character?
Me?
Yes.
He was. I don't know. He was the quiet, strong one. He was meant to be the interesting. What's going to happen? What is this guy up to? So, I mean, I think he was meant to be like a. He also helps out like a lot.
A lot.
I mean, he covered for Bunny
Oh.
like for everything.
Yeah, but like at one point it was like altruism, and then at another point it was like, don't turn me in. Is that not what you're talking about? When he was like, what?
Am I not
Yeah.
correct in the fact that Henry
Did
was
we
the one
read
that
the same
paid
story?
all of Bunny's tabs or covered for him when he did stupid crap?
Yeah. And then I said in the beginning it might have been him being a friend, but at some point he was doing it because he was worried about Bunny turning them in.
After he told them? Yeah, okay, all right. All right, I see.
Yeah, because my understanding was that Bunny somehow found out while when they were in Italy.
They figured-
he wrote it on the.
Out, he saw the fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
He put 2 and 2 together, and then he
Right.
started literally milking the shit out of Henry.
Right.
And Henry was like, worried he was going to get cut off by his parents, which would have been like he would have dealt with that. But the fact that Bunny kept wanting more and more and more,
Right, and that would actually end up being. So he took advantage of the situation. Yeah, we were meant to hate that guy.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Who felt bad about him being?
I mean, I don't wish death on people, so
Not even fake people?
not fake, not fictional people, not. I don't think so. Have I ever been? Maybe Joffrey.
Maybe who?
Maybe Joffrey.
Oh.
yeah,
That
in the
says
show-
a lot.
Yeah, in the show and the book. Yeah. No,
And the fact that he was a child.
yes. We don't care.
Was like evil incarnate.
No,
It
he
like-
was.
Yeah.
Who raised
But again,
you? Oh, that's right.
but again, he's done so well that even the poor actor now, Javi, and like no, I'm just an actor. It's like
Yeah.
But
I don't remember who the name of the character was, but the meme is always going around where it's like, "Tell them it was me."
Yelena?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Olena. Yeah.
Helena?
Lady
I
Olena.
love that meme too. Yes, absolutely.
that was one of the best scenes.
You can tell them it was me.
It was so well acted. I forget who the actress was. She was so good.
Yeah, when I think she passed away.
I think she did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
That's sad.
But,
Um,
I used to know all the characters and stuff. It's like God.
did you read
Anyway.
the books?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, I haven't read them. I've just watched the show.
they're good in their own right. But anyway, back to this. No, I think one of the things I did like about the book was how she built a. Well, we only see Richard's really conscience, and like he learns like he's not moved by the murder at all of Bunny, but it's like when he goes to their house, and I can't remember the last name, Bunny's family name. Excuse me.
I don't remember either. I feel like it started with a C.
But he sees their grief, and then he's like, "Oh, this is a terrible thing." Yeah, it's like
Bunny's family?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's kind of thing. It reminds you of a certain character in a certain TV show, where he being a sociopath or a psychopath, he hangs around with good people because he doesn't know how to act himself. So he figures, oh, he'll do what he does, what the good people do, and so he'll, but it's an intellectual thing, not an emotional thing. So,
Huh.
I don't know what I just saw on the internet. There was something about like performing emotions, like not knowing, not like
It was an autism reference.
I think it was.
It was
Yeah.
someone being like, I don't know when to actually feel emotions, but I think the director's so bad at lying. I feel like I have to just play the role for a minute. And
right.
Until later.
Right. Yeah, there's some people like that. And I think the two classifications I know are psychopath and sociopath. They mimic behaviors, but they don't have them themselves.
Right.
And the key is how do you tell the difference, because you really, really can't.
Mm-hmm.
So, but not to saying that Richard is, but he's built up this wall against his conscience and his feelings that, and that's, he says that through the book that, as time went on, it becomes less and less and less, and he doesn't really think about it until they have the funeral and he has to go to his family's house. So.
I had actually done some research to figure out why she narrated her own book. I mean, I've seen it done. Like Elon Mastine narrated.
I
his
prefer
own book.
when like authors narrate their own books.
In a nonfiction perspective, I think I do.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But she's narrating for a male character, which is not impossible or wrong. I mean, I've read lots of books like that, but like, it just felt like such a choice, and it wasn't amazing. And so I was like, there has to be a reason why she was like, no. And then
dollars.
That's what I was thinking, but what I read was that because it took her 10 years to write it, that she had been in Richard's mind for so long that she wanted to be able to convey his character, which I could see that.
Yeah, I could understand that.
Except she is a narrator, not an actor.
Right. So, like, is there more than one version of this? Like, more than one recording? Or is there only one?
Oh, as far as I know, it's just the
one. It's only one. Yeah. Do you know if there's an adaptation of this?
Not that I'm aware of that.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm surprised by that, actually.
So am I. And it's like the Harry going back to Harry Potter. You know, they just got the full cast um, audiobooks released. So I just listened to the Good Omens. Well, the TV show actors reading stuff. So yeah, it's a thing.
There's apparently a whole article that says why Donna Tartt's The Secret History never became a movie. Because The Goldfinch was adapted, which is like, I think the book that she wrote after this.
Yes. I think this is her first novel, so keep that in mind.
I'll have to read that later. Interesting.
And really, the only female character of note is Camilla.
Yeah.
Who apparently has slept with one or more of their academic circle there.
Yeah, and the blatant misogyny that came out of Edmund towards her. And I was like, did they have a thing? Did he want to do a thing? And there was a little bit of a thing, but apparently he liked somebody else completely.
Right. Oh, Margie.
Oh, no. Margie. Apparently everybody had a little thing because...
Yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Because, reading the thing when they described the Bacchanal, to me, I thought they said, well, they all had sex together. Well, that could mean, well, did they all have sex with Camilla? But I didn't think that was the case. I thought they just all had sex with it. So it's the implication being that they all slept with each other somehow, or did the deed with each other. However that worked out. So.
But yeah, they did,
including sometimes her brother, apparently.
Correct.
Yes. So I'm not sure what that was supposed to mean. Female author, female character like this, but and again, not to say that there aren't any, but I just thought it was an interesting choice.
So, like, you could watch a 3-hour movie, and when done really well, it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it's 3 hours long. Reading this, how did you feel about how long it was? Did you feel like it needed to be?
I wish I could find the quote where and said, and because the way the messed up way Goodreads is, I probably won't be able to find it. But I think the only quote I have in this novel is about how the time crawled by. And I say, yeah, that's exactly what I'm feeling right now. So yes, I was not a fan.
Yeah, I remember after we picked it and we looked at the audiobook, I was like, oh, this is 20 some odd hours.
Yes. There's a YouTube video which perfectly describes my thoughts, and I'll send that to you.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, it's very short. It's like 30 seconds at most. But it'll describe exactly how I felt reading this book. So that's that what I already said, didn't it? Yeah, there's okay. On the outside looking in, they look the same. But sometimes I'll read a book really, really quickly. Either I really like it, oh yay, it's a joy to read. Oh look, wait, I'm already at the end. And then there's I need to soldier through this. So if I put it down, I will never pick it
back up. That's interesting.
Right. You can probably guess which one is the experience I had with this one. So that's why I finished it like 2 weeks ago.
Do you ever watch old videos of Yahtzee Croshaw describing video games?
I've seen him, not recently, but yes, I have seen him.
Okay, because I was like, I wonder, is there a Yahtzee Croshaw for books? Someone that just does like reviews, like raw, like ridiculous reviews.
I'm sure.
There is a channel, again, I'll link it to you when thing, but I think it's called Thug something, I can't remember. But no, it's usually like African American people.
Vernacular.
Yeah, doing like analysis like really, really good.
Okay.
It's just like
I like that a lot.
It's couched in, it's like, oh my god. But yeah, it's funny. Again, if I find it, I'll send it to you. But yeah, and that's the thing. I always said this. It's like it really depends on how you phrase something. Like you can get something across. Shakespeare, that's one thing. No, but if it's like a porno novel, well, it's the same act, but different way of showing it, portraying it. So, but anyway, back to the question at hand. No, it was a slog for me. So.
Every time I put it on, I was like, all right,
exactly.
No,
Yes.
Here we go.
I haven't. Yeah,
just yeah.
John prefers audiobooks, and I have never heard him complain. But like, I think he like, I don't know, maybe listened to 10%. He's like, I gotta restart this. I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry, Donna.
Now I've had books like that. Yes, and then it's just me, not the author.
Yeah.
This is not one of them.
My brain wasn't ready for that. Hang on, let me reset. Let me just.
Yeah, I feel like I understand her thinking as an author wanting to narrate it. I feel like it was a detriment to my reading experience listening to the narration.
But as people who regularly listen to audiobooks, I think we're spoiled with
we
it.
are spoiled.
Yeah.
When
That makes sense too.
I get that.
I'm extremely.
And I definitely understand the difference between someone narrating something and someone like acting it out. And I would prefer the acting experience. I prefer the dramatized edition.
Well, that can also be done in a way that feels better without. I don't know. I guess that's acting a little more into it too.
I prefer the full cast. I haven't gotten into graphic audios because that feels like that's so expensive.
Although, like I said, the Good Omens full cast is really, really good.
I mean,
especially if you've seen the series. Yeah. So. But yeah, what was your experience with the book this week? Because you already got John's in mind.
I think because some of the chapters were like an hour long. That's like I prefer short chapters. And so listening to something for like an hour and then her not even telling me when we get to the next chapter, like
maybe it wasn't an hour long.
No.
Yes, you.
Definitely an hour. Because the way like the audio has everything in Roman numerals, but in the ebook it'll say like chapter 4 or chapter 5, and I was like waiting and like where, and then like inside the chapter there would be scene breaks from one scene to another, and she would have like a slight pause. So I was like, is that where we've changed chapter? No, like I don't know. It was just I wanted to know where I was in the book.
Yeah,
and I struggled to know that, and it just felt like there wasn't a ton of movement in the chapter.
It was very descriptive.
Yeah,
about
like
how
it just,
someone thinks about something and how they feel about what's going on versus
or them even retelling something that happened and like
twice.
The whole hour of it. It's just like, oh, we're still here. This is still happening. The story is still this part of the story is still being told.
Yeah, we're still being explained by Bunny.
Right.
So I thought it was a little painful.
But also too, it's like now I have heard this. I don't know if it's the author or if it's this book. This book particularly, I've heard it compared to J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye, and it's been decades since I read Catcher in the Rye, but it doesn't feel that way to me. But again, I haven't read it in decades. The other author that was brought to my attention was Charles Dickens, and so I read Charles Dickens, and yes, he's wordy, but he goes places. Like the words to plot ratio is, yes, it's a large number, but not quite as large as Tartt's. So, but I didn't get either of those, and hey, if people love it, good on you. It's just I wish I read that book. That's my thing. Because I just did not have. But sometimes what I do on when I finish it, is go on Goodreads and say, let's see, like a particular class of review, like 2-star, 1-star.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do my feelings resonate with? And then so I did that, and it's okay. I found my level. And so that's the way.
I don't know if it was, because I read a lot of just like contemporary with modern language. So I don't know if it was like when I started this, it was just like her writing style. It like I feel like it took me over a third of the book to like finally get used to her writing style.
Interesting. That's a long
to
time.
where like, and it's not that it was written in like a difficult way, but it's not writing that I feel like I'm very used to. And it was just such a deviation from what I've been reading lately that it was just like, what is she saying? What is she saying? And it wasn't until a third that like finally there was like clarity in her writing for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and again, it's not badly written.
No, it's not. Yeah.
It's just that speaking for myself, it's like, okay. I mean, you have all these words, but there's no real connection in me to those words.
Right. Yeah.
I wish it were otherwise.
Yeah.
You just couldn't relate.
Well, no, I mean, there's just been times where I've been like, she's saying things, but like,
yeah, yes, exactly.
But what does it mean?
I mean, yes, exactly. What does it mean? So now, again, going back to Charles Dickens. Yes, he wrote, as we all know, the Christmas Carol, and there's some banger quotes in that. He also wrote like 4 other Christmas stories, which are not nearly as played or quoted or anything. But
it get like Great Expectations, or am I thinking of something else?
Yes, the novels, yes, and those, yes, but again, they are big books. But that's what happens when you don't have TV. You write big books and you lose big words, and this is what we have. And now but still, but that's a different issue. But it's like, it's like not every. What was my point? My point was that not every novel is going to be like your hit. Because if you read the other Christmas stories, they're all right, but you could tell, man, like how Christmas Carol is just like lightning in a bottle for him. Mm-hmm. So like everything's like boom, boom, boom. It's like wow. And the other ones and they're good, but they're not the Christmas Carol. So would I read more of her work? Yes, I already have the Goldfinch because. Oh, look, that's another popular one. It's on sale. Yeah, I guess I'll pick it
up. Lacey, I wonder.
It's on sale. No.
Good. No, I future-proof myself. It's like if one of the people in the clubs I am part of pick it, then look, I already have it. I don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
$13 or $14. So, and the audiobook I'll buy when I'm actually going to read it. So.
Well, that one won a Pulitzer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I don't think I knew what it was about.
Goldfinch?
Yeah.
Okay. And well, yeah, I'm not averse to reading that, but another book I read recently, I happened to be looking like, holy crap, this was shortlisted for the Booker Prize one year, and that really surprised me. I don't know why, but that's just my reaction to the book. It's like, or reading comic books. When I read an Eisner Award winner, I can easily say, okay, yeah, that deserved the award. But some of them, I don't get it. I just don't see it. It's not the author, it's me. I just don't get into it.
Yeah. Is there anything that stood out for you in the story? Anything that was like, oh, I haven't seen that before, or just
not that I can think of at the moment. I don't think anything really be like.
Well, would you read her other book, I don't know how many she's written, but The Goldfinch.
Probably.
That was also adapted. So maybe we'll just watch the movie.
I didn't not enjoy this book, but I
Right,
also
right.
didn't
Like, love it.
really enjoy this book. So, are we going into? Is it that time?
I don't know. Is it?
I mean, not
We
if
got more to
have,
talk about?
if we have anything else to share.
I mean, I think I just wish for a lot more agency. I mean, it's just true to real life, perhaps, but I don't want to read real life. I want to read a story.
Right.
You know, which is maybe my fault, or probably my fault. But yeah, like I said, my expectation was that the professor would goad them into doing it, you know, and that would have made a much more interesting narrative to me. He doesn't figure it in at all, except when, you know, he just said, "Well, see ya, bye."
Right. Like if he had had some sort of manipulation or trigger involved in anything, that'd be a different story. But yeah, I don't know. I get it.
Yeah. Plus, you know, they to me it was suggested that there was somewhat of a relationship between the professor and Henry,
Yeah.
but that was never elaborated upon, so we don't know. So, I mean, is it like real life? Yes, but I don't know. I just wish that the whole thing didn't turn on luck, essentially, or bad luck. You know, like the farmer. Um, you know, he basically startles Henry. Henry turns around and hits him so hard that, you know, he breaks his neck and kills him. Okay, and then the second one is like, I know, we're gonna go wait out in the forest until he happens by, and then we're gonna push him off the ledge. It's like, okay. Well, it's awfully convenient that he happened along, you know, when he did. So,
I know they spent some time in the forest waiting, but they did say that he like takes his own strolls every day to do whatever.
right.
But that was the only information we got. It seemed like it was like, oh, we got to justify this real quick. Hang on.
Well, yeah, and it also occurs to me that if she did, that would have made the novel even longer. So it's like, yeah, maybe that's not a good idea. So,
But I do appreciate the fact that you were like, oh, this is a fall book, because Henry pays really close attention to when the seasons change.
and yes. So, but my question is like, you know, how did Richard get in? Because everybody has money except for him. So I guess he does have his financial aid and such, but you know, and then he's like Scrooge. And again, back to the Christmas Carol. When he's left alone at school because his father won't, you know, let him back in the house. Same thing here. And he almost freezes to death. So.
I think there was a time that I could read about wealthy people problems and be entertained, and I don't feel like that's the time.
And that was another objection that I had too. It's like, oh look, here's rich people acting up, and, you know, yeah, you know, like we don't get that enough already. So.
Halfway through this, I was like, this is going to be a Lord of the Flies situation. But
that's again, but it never really did. It's like, it's like, would it have been more interesting? Maybe, but you know, actually, one book that was running through my head, which I would very much recommend, and it is much more ambiguous than this, is Greek Lessons by Hong Kong, the Nobel laureate. It's a much shorter book, but it is very well written, and it's kind of one you're like, okay, I finished it. Now I have to go back again and figure out what the hell happened. But it's a very good book. So, no, but I'm given to understand that people who are in programs like that, like classes and such, is like they really jive. Like this is their jam, sort of a thing. So
absolutely.
if you experience it, well, yeah, of course you're gonna, you know, my people, you know. Sort of
closest I got was a gifted student program.
Well, Tom answered this question. I'm not. I think you did too, right? You said
What?
you would read. You would read the.
Yeah.
Goldfinch? Okay. Yeah, I think I would.
Are you going to be choosing the goldfinch at some point? Because it sure
No.
sounds that way.
No, I'm curious about the movie and who was in the movie.
No, I always read the book first. Which spoils the movie, of course, but oh well. But, as another thing, in one of my other clubs, we read a book. What the hell was it? By Chuck Palahniuk. Doomed? Yeah, Doomed, I think it was. And it turns out, it was okay. Both of us have the second book, but it doesn't look like we're going to read it. Mainly because it's supposed to be a trilogy, and Palahniuk had the third book written, but his publisher wouldn't buy it.
Oh.
It never got made.
Huh.
So
I'm surprised with how big of a name he is. He didn't just release it himself.
that's what I was thinking. But people are saying, oh, maybe it'll be a comic or something else down the line. It's like, yeah, but I didn't know he was that well off. I don't. I've heard of him, obviously. And I've seen Fight Club, but I never read the book. That was the first thing I read by him. But it was a really good. That's really good scene. I will say twist scene in the book. It's like, okay, that I will read more of you for. So, but yeah. So, but then again, this is her first novel, and it's a
I mean,
Yeah.
10 years is a long time to work on something.
George Martin has entered the chat. No. Or J.R.R. Tolkien, for that matter. But,
All right. Do we have final thoughts?
3 stars for me, anyway. It might. No. Maybe later on in life, when I forget about it, I'll try again. I don't know, but
no, I think what would happen is you pick it up and you start like the first page. I remember this.
Oh, buddy, no.
No.
No, not that guy.
I'm trying to. I think if I had solely read it with my eyes, and maybe if I was only committing to reading like one book a month or something, where I could go at a really slow pace and like really absorb myself in it and like and read it, that's almost like a job. I was gonna say read it where I'm like reading and researching things at the same time. Like if I made it my whole personality, which I could because I have ADHD and sometimes that happens. I think if I like did that, then I would probably rate it like a 4. But the audiobook was like a 2 for me.
Final answer then.
I will base it on like her writing and not her voice. And so I give it like a 4, and I would read The Goldfinch, but I'm not in a rush to do that. All right, so we got 3, 4, and how about you, Tom?
I think my experience would be, it's like, yeah, I've read it. I persisted through all 500 pages of it. I don't need to do it again because they're really 2.5. So.
All right. Well.
And again, standard disclaimer: this is how we like the book, not the quality of the book itself.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
If you're giving it a 5, more power to you.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we read different books, but no, that's the only way I can think of it. It's like
yeah.
Well, if you take the 20 notes about art being a mirror, it's like, yeah, what do I see in the mirror as opposed to what you see in that mirror?
That makes sense too. They could have related a lot better with it than we did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for the month of November, we're actually reading a memoir or like a biography, I guess.
What is it?
The George Carlin book?
I don't remember what he called it. He made it
Last
his own.
words.
What?
Last Words.
Last
No.
words.
He made up his own like description for what kind of. It's not
Oh,
a
was it?
memoir.
Sada biography.
Yeah.
Sada biography, I think is what he said, if I remember correctly.
I'm trying to see if I could pull up the cover.
Yeah, for those who are going to join us or not, the audiobook is abridged, FYI. So
It's what?
abridged.
Oh yeah, it's also read by his brother.
Yes.
Which I don't know if you know much about George Carlin, and his voice is very, very close.
Yeah, I know. They talked about it.
They as Irish brothers grew up they sounded just alike.
Mm,
I mean, he almost got George's. I mean, he does, but I mean, like,
right. Yeah,
I
but
love
you
it
also,
very much.
but also too, George perfected his voice.
That's
Like,
yeah.
he studied it, whereas I assume his brother did not.
So this is
Yeah, that's it.
the cover. And it's only like, it is abridged, but it's only about like 6.5 hours. So we should be able to chat about it closer to the beginning of December.
Yeah.
And I can't believe we're like basically at the end of the year. That's insane.
Well, should we mention the December book then?
Do we have a December book?
Yes.
What is it?
I believe it's Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. Or has a
Oh,
by not Ernest Cunningham, Benjamin Stevenson.
okay. Yes. I don't know why I got really confused. I thought you had October and November, and then I was doing December. But like, no, the George Carlin was my pick. I forgot.
Yes. Yeah,
But
I remember because I had to get 3 holiday ones. That's getting harder and harder and harder. The more often you do this.
yeah, I hear you. Because I was just trying to think about holiday ones, and I was like only coming up with one. So like,
so that's why I said, if you want to do December next year, then we need to switch off the thing. That's rough on me.
all right. So if you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for joining us. Again, we'll be reading The Last Words by George Carlin. And thanks. And see you guys in a few weeks.
Yep.
A couple weeks. All right. Bye.
Bye.